Welcome back to CarScope, the channel where we take a deep dive into the most exciting cars hitting the streets and really break down whether they live up to the hype. Today is a special one, because we're going to talk about the return of an American icon, a car that's been both loved and feared for decades, the 2026 Dodge Viper. Yes, you heard that right, Dodge has brought the Viper back. And this isn't just a nostalgia play, it's a full-blown resurrection of a legendary beast that's been reimagined for the modern performance world. So sit back, because in this review we're going to cover every detail you need to know: the design, the features, the interior, the raw performance figures, and of course the price. By the end, you'll know if the new Viper deserves its throne as the king of American muscle supercars. The first thing that hits you when you see the 2026 Dodge Viper is just how much presence it has. This isn't a car you pass on the street without noticing. Dodge knew the Viper had to stay true to its roots, so they've kept that long hood, short deck, wide stance silhouette, but with sharper, more modern edges. The front end is aggressive, low, and mean. The headlights are razor-thin LED strips that look like angry eyes piercing through the night. The hood itself has deep sculpted vents, not just for looks but for aerodynamics and cooling, channeling hot air away from that monstrous engine. The front bumper has a wide-mouth grille that feeds air straight into the radiators, and the carbon fiber front splitter juts out far enough to make the car look track-ready even when it's parked at the curb. Moving to the side profile, the Viper's iconic proportions are intact but more refined. That impossibly long hood stretches out like the nose of a fighter jet, reminding you that a huge power plant is lurking under there. The cabin sits pushed back near the rear axle, giving it that classic front mid-engine balance. Massive fender flares cover wide tires so wide that it looks like the car is permanently flexing. You've got sculpted side skirts with integrated air channels to direct airflow cleanly along the body. And of course the side exit exhaust is back, a Viper trademark. When you hear this car start up and those exhausts roar from right beneath the doors, it's an experience no other car delivers. The stance overall is low, wide, and muscular, almost like a coiled snake ready to strike, which is exactly what Dodge wanted. At the back, the car doesn't tone it down either. The rear haunches are thick and muscular, emphasizing power. The taillights run as a thin LED strip across the rear, futuristic yet sinister. A huge carbon fiber diffuser dominates the lower portion, with center-mounted exhaust tips available in the optional track package. The spoiler comes in two flavors: a sleek lip spoiler for the street-oriented version, or a massive adjustable wing for the hardcore ACR track model. Both do their job in adding downforce, but the wing turns the Viper into a race car for the road. Every inch of the back screams purpose, and when you see it disappear in front of you on the highway, all you'll catch is that glowing red strip and the thunder of the V10A, or rather, what Dodge has decided to power this new generation with, which we'll get to shortly. Step inside, and you immediately realize this isn't the stripped-down, rough around the edges Viper of the past. Dodge has clearly learned that modern buyers want performance but also comfort, and the 2026 model delivers both. The cabin is tight, as you'd expect, but it's built around the driver like a cockpit. You drop down into low-slung bucket seats that are trimmed in Alcantara and leather, with contrasting stitching that matches the exterior color you choose. The steering wheel is a flat-bottom design with carbon fiber inserts, and it feels thick and grippy in your hands. Paddle shifters sit right behind, though purists will be happy to hear that Dodge still offers a manual transmission option in this car, something that's almost unheard of in today's performance world. The dashboard is minimalistic but high-tech. A fully digital 12-inch gauge cluster gives you customizable displays, from classic analog-style dials to track-focused layouts with shift lights and telemetry data. The center console houses a large infotainment screen with Dodge's latest Uconnect system, offering wireless CarPlay, Android Auto, and performance apps like lap timers and G-force meters. Even the climate controls are physical knobs, a nice nod to usability when you're driving hard and don't want to fumble with touchscreens. The materials throughout are premium, with real carbon fiber, aluminum accents, and suede inserts. Storage isn't huge, but that's not what this car is about. What matters is that you feel cocooned in a race-ready environment, but still have the comforts and tech you'd expect in 2026. Now, let's talk performance, because this is what makes the Viper, the Viper. Dodge has made a bold move here. The old Viper was famous for its naturally aspirated V10, a raw, unforgiving engine that delivered monstrous power but demanded respect. For 2026, Dodge has re-engineered the formula. Under that endless hood is a brand new 8.4-liter V10, naturally aspirated, but now tuned to deliver even more power with modern efficiency. We're talking about 750 horsepower and 690 pound-feet of torque in the base configuration. For those who want even more, the ACR version with upgraded internals, lighter weight, and a tuned exhaust cranks that number closer to 800 horsepower. The sound it makes is unlike anything else, deep, guttural, and savage, reminding you that this is still a pure American muscle supercar. Performance figures back it up. 0 to 60 happens in just 2.9 seconds, with a top speed north of 215 miles per hour. The handling has been significantly refined thanks to a new lightweight chassis that incorporates carbon fiber and aluminum, dropping weight while increasing rigidity. Adaptive suspension adjusts in real time depending on whether you're cruising down the boulevard or attacking corners on a track. Massive Brembo carbon ceramic brakes ensure you can rein in all that speed without fade. Dodge has also given the Viper modern traction and stability control systems, but they're tuned to allow plenty of freedom. Turn them off, and you've got a raw, rear-wheel drive monster that demands driver skill just like the Viper should. Of course, a car like this isn't cheap. Dodge knows this is a halo car, not a mass-market model. Pricing for the 2026 Dodge Viper starts around $125,000 for the base trim, which already gives you staggering performance and the iconic look. Step up to the GTS model with more luxuries and track-oriented features, and you're closer to $145,000. The hardcore ACR variant, with its massive wing, stripped interior, and track setup, will set you back around $165,000 to $170,000. While that's a lot of money, it's still a bargain compared to European exotics offering similar performance. Dodge is making a statement that the Viper is still the American supercar for those who dared to tame it. So, after going over the details, where does that leave us with the new 2026 Dodge Viper? This car is a resurrection done right. Dodge didn't just bring back a nameplate for nostalgia, they've honored the legacy while pushing it into the modern era. It still has that brutal character, the outrageous design, the earth-shaking performance, but now with just enough refinement and technology to make it livable. It's not trying to be a Ferrari or a McLaren, it's proudly American, unapologetically loud, and absolutely unique. If you're a fan of raw driving experiences, if you love cars that scare you a little and reward you a lot, the new Viper is everything you've been waiting for. It's a car that demands respect, but in return, gives you one of the most thrilling rides on the planet. Dodge has taken a legend, modernized it, and made it ready for a new generation of enthusiasts. That wraps up our deep dive into the 2026 Dodge Viper. What do you guys think? Did Dodge nail the return of the legend? Or do you think they should have gone in a different direction? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because I want to hear how you feel about this beast. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed this review, subscribe to CarScope for more in-depth car breakdowns, and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep your eyes on the road and your foot on the gas.